action. We're back at Tempe Diablo Stadium where the Angels are playing host the Kansas City Royals. Appears to be the number 5 starter in this rotation. Ground ball over to Gio Urshela. Yes, has just about as good a chance as anybody to be exactly that. Suarez comes back and gets a strike.
At shortstop, you know, when you're that leader and have guys follow you.
Nick Prado goes to the importance of how long it takes between out. Takes a big hop on Anthony Rendon. Lamb Stassi Moniak to right up the middle and has himself a base hit. Goes deep and out of here.
Right there, not only to extend the at bat, but just keep his hand. Anthony Rendon hit here in
Walsh. And Jared Walsh has himself another.
If you don't, go down to the cage and go find it.
Rendon misses that one, so he's the first Angel.
I just want to see how they work together, how they communicate in between pitches, things of that nature when guys are going. So really
for the Angels. Renfroe skies this ball for Alexander. He's there. 0-2 on Urshela. The wall. Walsh is going to score. The diving effort folks in a triple for Gio Urshela. As if he needs. He's going to settle underneath this one. And there's the final out more effectively. Here comes the 3-2. Urshela called off by Las Vegas for a couple of games tomorrow and for Gentry.
That's the play right there.
Taking on Team USA tomorrow. Ground ball to Drew. Over to Urshela for one relay.
They've got defenders on this roster, and ground balls go to die.
For the Royals, Jose Suarez first pitch. Ground ball over to Gio Urshela.
You get one throw.
Ground ball to Urshela. Throw on the run.
Base umpire stance.
That field down the line. Tough suck. I don't know what it is. Like really struggled here. Walsh for the cycle last year. Anthony has himself an Angels add-on. It's now 5. Renfroe, who hit 29 home runs last season. It's going to end up being a walk to Renfroe. With today than he's ever been before. Another base hit at the RBI triple earlier. This time moves the line right away, gets a hit. Before you know it, the baseline. That, my friends, is a grand.
In between innings, he was giving them some.
Was ever really right after that. Mickey Moniak.
Same category. Now, where are you going to help the team? Is it April? His hand on the ground says, "No, don't go." I think I got their don't go sign.
It's a great opportunity for access. As Jose continues for the Halos. Gomez going to drive in one. Here comes double for Gomez. Next, the Angel dugout. I got to tell you, it was a perspective I had never really.
These are games when they're fast, really get into the.
All cut. Surprising at all.
You know, Trent, it's funny you mentioned that. You know, that there are.
Inning. And Renfroe is retired. So finally, the third comes to a. It's going to be a base hit over the right side. Prado lead off.
The guy that was running at Steve Hernandez was one of my coaches when I was managing the Inland. I know there's a lot to the story.
There you go, getting some hacks to the future big league.
Future first rounder.
On the rare occasions so far in this game, he's been able to battle back. He's got some big league experience, but again, still with something to prove.
Great guy.
Suarez.
To the third.
And tonight, Sandoval is going to be on the mound for Benji Gill and the Team Mexico squad in the semifinal. Big one with Venezuela. Check swing, pulled to first, he held. 2-2 to Blanco. Fights it off. That he wants Rengifo to get those at-bats. Get ready for
Urshela's versatility.
Ends up being a walk, which load. First pitch to Raves, a strike after the meeting on the mound. He's getting good influence, but he's also not getting the ABs. So how do you weigh that out?
Get more important moving forward.
Under it, one of the best arms to get Prado here. As that one was hit deep enough. Called strike and a breaking ball to. Well, teams have 1-2, big strikeout right there for Suarez.
Looks like he's trying to land that get me over.
Because he's been getting the swing and miss deep. Good with it. 1-2 outside. 2-2. Alexander continues to fight here. But I know that Phil Nevin was hoping Rengifo was going to talk about it. 2-2. Wow, it just missed from Suarez.
No knees down.
Fella tracking it in the sun, and he's there.
We're alive when we do that.
And we can rack up the barrels. Pretty good sign. First pitch on Urshela Estrada areas. What kind of value does Urshela bring to what you guys are trying to accomplish?
Out even at short right now. Really like the way he's been moving around. The ball, he can come over and play first, and I know he can play second. So against anybody, and feel good about good at bats.
Phil, you know, being patient at second base, and that's where I like to see, you know, actions come into play.
Position you put him at, he's always in the right spot. Where a lot of times when guys are moving around,
comes the 2-2 to him. Fouls another one off, putting a good at bat.
Be back in a couple days. Louis will be back here.
In the big leagues and then down there, which makes it easy for you.
It does. I love doing that one season in winter ball, and you know he's loved down there by them too.
Over to the guys that are in ink we saw yesterday. Ground ball to Urshela, scoops it up, makes the toss to Jones.
Visual on how he gets it.
Duffy gets rung up on strikes. Out number.
Kind of manipulates it a little bit back in the zone to give the home plate umpire.
Garcia is a top prospect for the Royals. Gets cut, promising young player. And there's another strikeout looking. So at its finest today here in the desert. Going out to go for a leadoff single. Brooks Krisky, welcome to the
that.
Taylor off, but hits it. Barbara Bonifacio.
That's Taylor.
Gomez fouls that one back. I spent a fair amount of time with Nicky's organization, a former first-round pick. Ground ball for Gomez. Good speed for Moniak.
Are you trying to show yourself, or are you trying to show the staff?
Jared Walsh. Makes that one miss outside. Homered yesterday. Pitching the
up on a non-competitive pitch. Or to the field.
Ends up walking for the second time. Bugs in all of baseball. Rendon puts this one on the ground. Diving stop by Garcia. The top loads the bases for Renfroe.
I'd like to see Renfroe have a good AV here. He's fourth at bat. Let's just see him simplify track.
Goes out there, well in front of the track, trying to track it. Does just still have a 10-run lead. 11-1 Angels going to the sixth. Thanks for stopping by, Jared Walsh. His day is